Hi travelers, Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot. I'm coming to you with a short video today on Halloween. So for those of you who celebrate Samhain, which is the Celtic word for the Halloween, All Hallows Eve Day, happy Halloween to you. And if you're going out to party and have a good time, please make sure that you are safe. I have a couple of announcements. The first is that I'm working on a website of sorts that you're going to be able to go into and leave testimonials and book readings if you so desire. And the second thing is that once I get that set up, I'll come back and let you guys know, and I'll also be providing the link down below the videos and in the About box section. Another thing I wanted to speak to, a lot of you are contacting me, asking me questions about how do you book. If you'll go to the About box section of my channel, it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Also, if you email me about a reading, what will happen is you'll get an auto reply from me. And I had to set it up that way because I was, having to say the same thing over and over again. But if you'll take the time to read the auto reply, it will tell you everything that you need to know on how to book for me, how to pay, what app you're going to need for the phone readings, how it all works, things of that nature. The last thing I'm going to share with you is that I'm going to be scheduled for surgery here pretty soon. So that's going to mean, depending on when it is, that's going to mean that I may not be able to get out the December individual videos for you. I'm going to do my best. We'll just see how I feel after the surgery. But, if it comes down to it that we don't, then at least expect an end of the year big reading from me. So those are the things I want to share with you. We're going to go ahead and get straight into the reading. This is the general reading for the energies coming in. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to be running a daylight savings time special starting, well, let's say tomorrow, November 1st. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go because, you know what, we're not even going to do that because, if they call me for the surgery, like I said, it hasn't been scheduled yet, I may not be able to do that. So I don't want to throw something out there and then I'm going to have to renege on it. So we'll just see how it goes, okay? So here we are, a short general reading. I will not be using the Sibila cards today. I do have with me the John Holland Psychic Oracle deck. That was the first deck that I purchased. I wasn't able to read with it at all. And I gave it away to a friend, but I said, she loaned the deck back to me because I wanted to see if I could get an overall arching message for this particular reading. So we'll just see how that goes. We're going to go ahead and pull 9 cards and see what energies are coming in for us Halloween into November. 5 of Coins, 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Wow, the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Cups. This is an odd reading already. The 10 of Coins, the Fool card. Wow, and the Wheel of Fortune. Underneath we have the Strength. Well, it appears as though many of you, irregardless of your zodiac sign, are going through some kind of changes. Y'all know I hate the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. This is really interesting energy here. We have 2 9s and 2 8s. We have 2 5s. Actually, we have 3 8s. The Strength card is an 8. 2 5s. 5s always speak to conflict, struggle, delays, obstacles, hassles. 8s speak to movement, but there's still, a few things. You're moving ahead, but there's still a few issues that are coming up. Nothing major because you're getting close to the end of the cycle. Actually, the 2 9s also speak to going, near the culmination. We have 1 10 Then we have the Fool card, which is the 0, which is, you know, actually 2 tens, because look at there. So whatever this is for you out there, what we're looking at is, believe it or not, movement. Even though the cards are not so positive, we are looking at movement. We're going from a 5 to 8s to 9s to 10s all the way to the 0 card. I want to check to see right quick what the 3 8s are all about, what it speaks to when we have 3 8s. I'm going to do them all. I said this was going to be a short reading. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can. I do have some other things I've got to get done. Right. 3 8s in a spread tells of anxiety, hassles, obstacles, and delays. Okay, so this is why we're seeing the 8, the 9 of swords, because, you know, frustration, perhaps nightmares and insomnia going on. It does involve a wish, something that you have been working towards or hoping for. Let's see here. I want to look at, yeah, 3 8s in a spread tells of anxiety, hassles, obstacles, and delays. Now, what I'd like to look at is the 2 5s, which pretty much speak to the same thing. The 2 5s in the spread. Then we've got 2 9s. Hold on. I'm just kind of pulling this information up rather quickly, so bear with me. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, but 2 5s speak to new experiences ahead. So as I was saying, you know, this is progression. It is a progression of sorts, and it looks as though whatever this is, it is surrounding the issue of things built up, long-term interactions or interrelations, as if you walked away from something or you feel isolated and shut out. This is causing extreme anxiety, worry, insomnia, maybe sleepless nights. You do feel bound and restricted. But again, this card, you know, is all mental. So are this 9 of Swords. This is all mental. And, you know, you can choose to do something about your situation. I think the problem comes is that you're not exactly sure what you should do. You've got this 5 where you feel, I'm sorry, this 7 of Wands. This is a 7, not a 5. But with the 7 of Wands, oh, this is great. We have a 5, a 7, 3 8s, 2 9s, 2 10s, and a 0. Yes, people, this is movement. So the 7 of Wands speaks to threats, perseverance, feeling as though you have to defend your position or defend yourself. Again, as I say, it does have to do with some type of wish or culmination of something you've been working on. It is coming to an end. And I would think with the 8 of Wands coming out, this card is all about swift movement, swift communications. It could even have to do with travel. We do have the holiday seasons coming up. So, you know, I don't know about you, but the holidays make me absolutely nuts. I don't know why people act so crazy when it comes to the holidays, but there's such stress surrounding it. You know, you got those family members that you don't really like, but you have to tolerate them because they're your family members. Maybe everybody's getting together. Maybe the kids are acting crazy. Maybe you don't have enough money to do, you know, to do it up the way that you want to. This could be anything really, but typically when this card shows up, it is speaking to things happening quickly. And usually when it shows up, matters at hand, whatever's been bugging you, whatever's been delayed or been, you know, creating obstacles and delays in your life, typically come to a head, and they typically resolve themselves in a positive fashion. You know, as if the cards are saying, as if your wish is going to come true, whatever that is. But the thing is that we have this Wheel of Fortune. So really, The truth of the matter is that it can go either way. I would think that with the Fool card coming up, if you've been kind of holding off on making a decision, to me this card says that you're willing to take the risk. If you do take the risk, know that the Wheel of Fortune is with you. But this means that you're going to have to be in a space where if things don't go the way you actually hope for them to, you're going to have to be ready to let it go. Really, we're moving into 2016, and if there's anything that's no longer serving you, you really need to get rid of it, and move, try to move ahead. This is easier said than done. As we know, it's easier said than done. But you got to make room for something new in your life. And sometimes that means taking the risk and cutting out those things that no longer serve you. It's very difficult. I mean, this whole spread speaks to change. And change is always very scary. It's always very difficult, very hard. But at some point, the Wheel of Fortune says you have to. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. And this is kind of reminding me of the surgery that I'm going to be having. This is going to be a change for me that's coming in, and it is very scary. But at the same time, I mean, what am I going to do? It's got to be done. And yes, I am worried. Yes, I feel a little stuck. But I have to go with it. And the Strength card comes out to say that you can do it. The forces of the universe are with you. I don't know if you can see these. The forces of the universe are with you. Okay. If you want to take the look of these, it's going to be okay. And things will work out all right. I do feel this. Even if it is a decision, let's say you've been waiting to hear from someone and you don't hear from them. And you've made the decision that if you don't hear from them by a certain time frame, that you're going to have to cut that loose. And, you're hanging on by the skin of your teeth. God, so maybe you need to jump in with both feet. Say what it is that's in your heart and let the winds of fate kind of carry you where you need to go. And if you don't get the response back from the person that you were hoping for or wishing for or desired, know that this is the universe's way of coming in and saying that this thing is not for your highest good, whatever it is. It's not for your highest good, and it is time now for change. And trust that the universe is going to keep you safe. I want to pull one or two more cards on this. It does involve a decision, something that you've been putting off. That's why we have this 7, this 5, this 8, this 9. But this card says that, to me, that you are protected, and that in the end, it's going to bring you whatever this thing is that needs to change, regardless of how that change comes about. It's going to put you in a place where you're going to be able to really take off and flourish. This queen, to me, is the best queen in the deck. She's smart. She's knows how to run a business, how to run a household, how to budget, how to save. She's kind. She's nurturing. She's loving. All around a well-balanced. And I'm looking at this as an energy, not as a person. Take it as you will. But, that this decision, whatever it is that you need to make, the time has come now. And quite frankly, if you are unable to make the decision for yourself, I think with the Wheel of Fortune coming in, it's going to change no matter what. You can't stop it. So if that's the case, know that this is the brand new energy coming in. It is ushering in this Wheel of Fortune. It comes before the Wheel of Fortune. So if you are unable really to make the decision yourself, Know that the universe is going to come in and change it. And we have this beautiful progression from these cards of strife and struggle and, you know, indecision, having nightmares and anxiety, feeling isolated, you know, feeling stuck. And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful, in this row, this column here, I'm looking as to the future, as well as this line. So really, I mean, things are going to start moving for you. So be ready for the change, because when the energy of this comes in, you can't stop it. And know that it is ordained by the universe that things are going to be changing. And so you need to get ready. I think with the progression of these cards and how beautiful they are, I think it's going to be really a very, very positive thing for you. It may not feel like it right now, but, you know, remain strong. You can do this. I have all the faith in you. You just need to have it in yourself and trust in the universe. I've had some amazing things happen to me in the past couple of months, really. I myself have been stuck and felt very shut out and very isolated. But things have come right. Now, this doesn't mean that everything I'm going to be riding off into the sunset, or, you know, I'm going to be dancing my way to the bank or anything of that nature. There's still always work to be done. That's what these 10s speak to. And this 0, it's the beginning of a new cycle. And so, you know, if something turns out the way that you want it and everything's, don't think that you're just going to be able to cruise through on that energy. You're going to have to work for it. And if it's something that you really desire, then you should already know by now that nothing worth having comes easy. So you're going to have to work. And this card speaks all about, you know, practicality, the practicality of having to work and to bring about material changes and material things, and not always to do with money, but you know, signified by these wands cards as well. You know, you're going to have to work for it. Change the way that you think, you know, persevere, be strong, and change the way that you're thinking about it. And really, you're going to, it's going to work out for you. So let's pull one card right quick. Well, now, this is another 7. This is a 7, and it speaks of deception and envy. Now that's interesting, because I was just telling you how positive this thing is. So maybe for some of you, that's quite interesting. I was not expecting that. For some of you, this could very well have to do with what it says, deception and envy. And this is, perhaps you're picking up on these things and you're not quite sure what to do. So if this is the situation that you find yourself in, then, you know, you have a choice to make. I don't want to leave on that note. I was not expecting that card. But you know what? Even still, with the way the cards are coming out, if you have to make the choice to cut something out because it's based around deception and envy, then it's time for it to go. And it's going to still be for your highest good. I don't think deception and envy is good for anybody. That's, you know. Now this is interesting. Temptation. I'm taking that to mean that some of you are having a difficult time in with control and release. Maybe I should have pulled the Sabila cards. I don't know. I'm going to pull one more. You know, that it's time for you to release. That's the Devil card. That's like the Devil card. In this deck. Wow. Let's see. Let me cut them. Maybe we can pull something good. Let's see. How might this all work out? These cards are kind of scary looking. Let's see. What could possibly... Well, look, see? Victory and success. Okay, see? So what I'm getting with this is for some of you, um, the reason why perhaps you're having such a difficult time making this decision is because really it boils down to control and release. Perhaps you're trying to control a situation, or you're trying to keep yourself under control, and you're not being honest, and you're not being true to your own motivations. This could also speak to someone else trying to maintain control, and also not being honest in their motivations or their feelings. And this has been making the situation very difficult for you. This could speak to you lying to yourself. It could also speak to someone lying to you. And perhaps you've been, it's been giving you nightmares because you haven't been able to get to the truth of the situation. Swords do speak to the truth, and maybe this is why you are stuck. You're trying to find the truth of the situation. With this in communications, the truth will be coming to you in whatever form or fashion that may be. Here we see that this guy is on a mountaintop blowing a horn. Can you see that? With the sun shining, through the clouds. It says victory and success. So, remain strong through this. Remain strong through this, because no matter how the situation turns out, no matter how it turns out, if you're not going through this deception and envy, and I really think it boils down to not someone being deceptive to you. I think it is you being deceptive with yourself, and not wanting to own up to your own feelings, what your motivations are. This speaks to trying to control your desires and your emotions. Sometimes controlling your desires and your emotions are a good thing, but there comes a point in time when eventually you're going to have to express them. And if that's the case, you should take the risk and go ahead and express your wants, needs, and desires. Perhaps this is the only way you're going to be able to move through this. With the Wheel of Fortune coming up, now is the time. The universe is preparing something new for you to come in. And, this energy of, this is just a right energy. It's not, I'm at a loss for words. This is just the energy of coming out in a stable position. That's what it is. So, you've been feeling off balanced here. You've been, fighting, and vacillating back and forth. You've got, you don't know what to do. You're tied up in knots. You're having nightmares. If it's because you've been holding something back from someone, then now is the time. And I think this came up in somebody's reading for the monthlies. You've been doing this, and that's great. But now it's time for you to garner your strength. Do not allow fear to enter into the picture. This can also speak to fear. It is also about limitations. And if someone has been doing this to you, now is a time for you to speak your truth, to speak your wants and desires, to let them know how they've been making you feel. And if that person can't accept that, then it's time to cut them loose, because there's something better. There's something else out there that's better. And that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that for you. If some of this resonated with you, you can contact me if you want a personal reading. Again, if you want these, I'm going to be booking probably. I'm just going to be taking them as they come, because right now, as I said, I'm going to be going in for surgery. I expect to hear back from the doctor sometime this week, so I don't know exactly when, but that's going to mean I'm going to be out, you know, for a week or two where I won't be able to do any readings. So you can, if you still want, can book, and I can, we can schedule, work around the schedule, however, but, you know, I would think that if this resonates with any of you, since this is such a general reading, you're going to need more specific information. I can't pull it up right now. You know, the only thing I can do is to tell you to trust in the process. Trust yourself. Trust what your intuition is telling you. You know, and if you've been feeling foolish and someone's been making you feel foolish, then the time has now come for you to speak that truth to yourself. Maybe even to gain closure, speak it to the person who's been making you feel that way, and be ready and open to what the universe is bringing, because it's going to be bringing something great, irregardless of what these cards say. It's going to bring something great. So I wish the best to you. I do hope to be seeing you very soon. And until then, namaste, travelers. Thank you so much, and happy Halloween.